Hi, my name is Carly Van Team, and I am going to be doing my presentation on the United States and China trade war. In 2011, before Donald Trump was President of the United States, he stated in a tweet that China is neither an ally or a friend. They want to beat us in our own country. A few months after he was elected president, Chinese President Xi Jinping met with Trump in Florida, known as the Mar-a-Lago Summit, which ended with a 100-day plan that hoped to ease the tension and solve the trade disagreements between the two countries. Although Trump did not explicitly rule out putting tariffs on goods from China, Xi stated that he would lift the ban of United States beef, along with increasing the soybean and pork imports and allowing movies from Hollywood to be shown more. On March 22, 2018, the United States began imposing tariffs on Chinese products along with filing a case against China for their licensing practices being discriminatory. These tariffs include machinery, aerospace, and information communication technology. The very next day, there was a 25% tariff placed on steel imports and a 10% tariff on all aluminum imports. A week later, China imposed tariffs ranging from 15 to 25% on 128 products that equal approximately 3 billion United States dollars. This is only the beginning of tariffs that go back and forth between the United States and China. In the next couple years, there are 3 major lists that are produced by each country, which lay out what tariffs are placed on each other and how much of a percent on them. This trade deal is mainly hurting the economies of China and the United States, as the tariffs on Chinese products equal 250 billion, with another 267 billion being in production. China has set 110 billion worth of tariffs on United States goods as well, but this trade war is not only a problem for these two countries, it is hurting the global economy. An escalation in the trade war could hurt manufacturing and agricultural jobs in both the United States and China. This would potentially mean a 1% loss in jobs in the United States in agricultural and transportation equipment areas, and a loss of 5% in jobs in manufacturing things such as furniture and jewelry. This, in turn, would begin branching out as trade growth went from 5.25% in 2017 to 4% in 2018. Not only is Donald Trump threatening tariffs on imports from China, he is threatening tariffs on imports from all different countries for different types of products, such as cars. This would hurt the economy of the European Union, as 1/10 of their exports to the United States contain motor vehicles. Not only the European Union is struggling with the United States-China trade war, the economies of Asia are at the biggest risk next to China's and the United States. The conflict has threatened to lower the investment and growth of Asia, and the Asian Development Bank has stated that the growth forecast is down to 5.7% in 2019 from 6.2% in 2018. Along with this, the World Trade Organization blamed the war for a decline in the trade growth throughout the world, stating that the trade volume would fall to 2.6% from 3% that was recorded in the previous year of 2018. If the trade war were to begin easing up, the World Trade Organization says the growth will return to 3% by 2020. The global economy is at stake, and so is the United States, as they are experiencing directly the tariffs that China has placed on their exports. The United States Chamber of Commerce calculated that if the war continues, by 2029 the United States economy will be decreased by $1 trillion. This would occur if the tariffs increased to 25% on all United States goods being imported into China. A 25% tariff was already placed on $60 billion worth of U.S. imports into China, following the United States imposed 25% tariffs on Chinese imports on goods that are worth $50 billion. If the tariffs were to expand to all goods, it would be devastating for both parties and the result of the countries that trade with the United States and China. In the map, you can see that the United States trades heavily with Canada and China. There have been several talks of peace between China and the United States, and after putting into action a 90-day truce in December of 2018, there have been several discussions of where to go next. The truce was supposed to end on March 1st of 2019, but since President Donald Trump could not make it to meet with Chinese President Xi, it was extended until they could discuss solutions. Most recently, President Trump has stated that a United States-China trade deal could be discovered within the next 4 weeks. Some of the main issues to overcome is the current tariffs that are in place and what to do with them. The $250 billion in tariffs that the United States has placed on Chinese imports is in question. The United States wants to keep it on for now to keep a leverage, but obviously China wants them removed. Not only the tariffs are in question, but so are the Chinese practices the United States have stated that result in theft of United States intellectual property and the forced transfer of technology from U.S. companies to Chinese firms. In conclusion, if the trade talks continue like they're supposed to between the United States and China, the trade war can be resolved, and the tensions that have been high between them and the rest of the world that depends on the trade can be relieved. Worst case scenario, there would be no deal made and the tariffs continue to pile on. But with the way things have been looking, there is at least some sort of deal that should be put into place to reduce tariffs and make sure that the United States and China's economies do not suffer along with the rest of the world's. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation on the United States and China trade war.